Very good morning to all once again. I will be talking about the importance of aquaculture for export promotion, as well as what needs to be done in the aquaculture sector so that we can improve the production, improve the traceability part, and ensure that we are fulfilling the requirements of the importing nation, because this is the backbone of the industry right now. So, talking about the content, I will be just covering the present status of shrimp farming in India, then registration, regulation requirement of the farms, then expansion of farming area to support the production and exports. Also, will be talking about the support envisaged from the states and from the central agencies so that we can fulfill the regulatory requirements of the importing nations. So, this slide shows about the shrimp production trend in India. We have been doing the shrimp culture starting from the 90s in the scientific way. MPEDA has actually supported the scientific shrimp farming, as Chairman sir pointed out, with the support of the government of Orissa and government of Andhra. We set up 2 scientific hatcheries in Andhra and Orissa, which help in producing the seed. And that has now helped in establishing more than 500 hatcheries, and the shrimp farming has grown from the minimum level to right now to almost like 12 lakh tons of production has happened. Again, the major growth has happened because of the introduction of Venami, with the Department of Fisheries coming into picture, allowing the Venami to be imported, the broodstock of Venami to be imported for production of shrimp. That has helped in coming up to this level, and SIBA has done the demo activity of this Venami before being introduced. So this all has been happening because of the Coastal Aquaculture Authority support, the state support, and all the relevant agencies. So we can see the growth from almost like 3 lakh tons, now we have reached almost 12 lakh tons. And the states we are doing is like started with Orissa and Andhra, but now Andhra is pioneering in the production. We have more than almost 8 lakh tons coming from Andhra itself. And Andhra, why it has happened is they are not only doing the shrimp farming in the coastal area, Venami having an advantage that we can do it in the low saline water. So the shrimp farming has started moving inland area, and now almost like 40 kilometers from the coast, Andhra is doing shrimp farming. So that has helped in enhancing the production, and which has helped in the exports overall. And Andhra is now the backbone of the whole shrimp production and export sector as such. And now we can see the map where some production is happening in Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab. And some part of UP is also being used for shrimp farming because of the saline water which is available. Some states have started, but there are some concerns when we get into the inland area, so that we will be covering. So why we are insisting upon the registration and regulation of the farmers? When we talk about the exports, each of the exporting nations or the importing nations look for the traceability of the product. So we have to go back and see where the product has come from. So as our Additional Secretary Sir was pointing out, when some antibiotic residues are found, we need to do the root cause analysis, and when we go back, we need to see which farm it has come from and how we can address that issue. So for the traceability purpose, like the US is looking for the traceability as part of SIM, this Seafood Import Monitoring Program. EU is also looking for the PHT that needs to be done, which needs the pond level data and lat long position and all that. So sustainability requirement, like when you are doing farming, as Coastal Aquaculture Authority has been formed in 2005, is basically to address the coastal environmental issues and sustainability issues. And regulatory requirements, like we want to regulate it, unless and until we know where the farm is, we cannot regulate them. Monitoring of the farm is must, and also to facilitate better planning, like where the farms are there, we can further, how we can expand for that, we need to have this registration and regulation happening in the sector. So this registration and regulation, how it happens, everybody is aware of it. Just for information, Coastal Aquaculture Authority covers the 2 kilometers from the HTL. Again, the states needs to do the registration of the farms beyond the HTL. And right now, Andhra has started registering the farms beyond the HTL, and they have covered most of the areas, both which are coming under the Coastal Aquaculture Authority. Also, they facilitate and they also do the registration. But there are certain data gaps, like what is happening with the Coastal Aquaculture Authority and the state registration, and we need to cover up the whole farm so that we will be able to give the data when it is coming to the international requirement. For example, the US has come out with a regulatory partnership agreement with the 3 major shrimp supplying nations to US. Like they have come out with the RPA with India, Indonesia and Ecuador. So they are looking for all the regulatory agencies which are into the value chain and the government orders, the acts which are in place, how we are regulating and all that. So we have provided all the documents. In September they are coming to India for having a field level verification. So we need to emphasize and say them that we have all the farms under regulation and we have registered the farms and we have the traceability mechanism. Then only we will be able to fulfill the requirements to continue the export to US, or else we may have a trade barrier in the future. That's our concern as an export promotion agency. So if we can see, the states are also regulating, but still there are some states that needs to come out with notifications for registration of the shrimp farms in the inland saline area. So that's how we can fulfill the requirements. So the MPEDA, what we have been doing on the registration or maybe the traceability requirement is, like when we found that there are some data gaps in the registration aspect, when EU was looking for the traceability requirement pond level, then we started the enrollment process. What we do is we go to the field, take the lateral position, and then we do the L1 verification and L2 verification is for seeing that if another farmer applies, we see whether there is overlap with the farmer which already registered. So there is no overlap with the enrollment and give them the certificate. But we have covered most of the farming area and enrollment, but still we need data coming from the states. With the support of state and Coastal Aquaculture Authority we will be able to do, and we need to work together to ensure that all the farms are registered and enrolled. Enrollment is only a process which helps in the traceability, not a legal entity. It's only a traceability requirement what we are fulfilling, but the legal entity will be the registration aspect which needs to be done by the Coastal Aquaculture Authority and the states, and we will be able to provide the data whatever we have with MPEDA to the states as well as to the authority, Coastal Aquaculture Authority, which will facilitate and faster registration of the farms, which will be able to fulfill the requirement.